Well,
Okay.
I'm here with a bunch of boomers who can't walk or sit.
I'm fine.
I'm Corey Rose, and I'm your host today.
Okay, host it up.
Welcome to BRose Knows episode.
Record.
It's recorded.
Are we on?
Yeah, we're on.
We should probably start now.
Okay.
Bros Knows episode 64, post
We're almost to a nice ass episode.
Super Bowl edition. That's why I have these guys here. So normally I would record Monday night. I would try and fit it in between The Bachelor and coming home from work. I said that in reverse order, but tonight I don't have to because we're recording it Sunday night with Tyler, TRX12, Instagram and Twitter, and Corey at
underscore Corey Rose.
5.
Yep. Corey Rose 5.
He doesn't even know it because he has two for some reason and he changes them.
No, I don't.
You only have one now?
Corey Rose 5.
And it's the post Super Bowl edition. So, boys, I think that you break the Super Bowl down into 4 things. I think you have snacks, halftime show, commercials, and then, of course, the game. So we're going to break down those 4 things today that happened. We'll start with snacks, the most controllable thing you have. And we didn't go like crazy because it was just us 3, and then Guzzo and Ricky stopped by for a little bit. But we just did, what did we do? We did Little Smokies that I thought was going to be like a Tyler and Corey favorite. I honestly thought that you guys would like live for the Little Smokies. I bought like 5 pounds of Little Smokies and you guys didn't eat a single one.
Yeah, that was
Nope.
that was a lot to buy.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be, I thought Corey used to love them.
I still do.
5 pounds, I feel like, is enough for a party you can't have this year because we would have been canceled.
True restrictions.
Yeah, probably. And I didn't cook them all. I didn't even come close to cooking them all. So, but I bought them because I was like, I want to be prepared in case these guys just go to town on Little Smokies. And I didn't know what else we were going to do. But then at about 11 o'clock a.m., I ordered pizza to be delivered at 4. And so that gave us like an actual
Which was a
meal.
hit.
That was a hit, except they couldn't cut the pizza.
Yeah, what was that, Domino's?
Yeah, cutting the pizza was optional tonight.
Yeah.
Tyler has a problem with Domino's in general when it comes to cutting pizza.
Yeah, I do.
You recut the pizza no matter where you order it from.
No, yeah. I mean, just because a lot of times they cut it when it's still super, super hot, and then the cheese just melts together, and it's not like it's like just like it's not cut.
Okay,
That's
okay.
a pro tip.
I'd rather not fight the pizza all night.
Uh-huh.
That's a pro tip.
Okay.
They're getting the trophy right now on TV, Corey. So there it is for
Yeah,
you.
there it is.
So overall snacks, we just did chips. We did
It was low key and it was nice.
soda. We're not big alcohol guys. This group.
No, not us.
Yeah, it was just chilling.
Nope,
It was just like hanging out with the boys watching football. So I would say that it's 4 out of 5 stars for snacks because it's all I wanted.
Yep.
I love the Little Smokies despite your guys' hatred for them.
I'd say it was 5 out of 5.
You didn't have a single Little Smoky, either of you.
Dude, I saw pizza and I was
Granted,
just going for
I
pizza.
didn't know they were done, and then by then the pizza was just
Okay.
almost here.
That's an
And
excuse.
I needed the pizza because I hadn't eaten anything all day.
Same.
That's why I made Little Smokies. I also had like one of those adult Lunchables back here in the fridge.
Okay, he didn't. I was not aware of that.
It's not a full charcuterie board. I didn't bring it out because nobody was even eating Little Smokies. I'm like, well, clearly this isn't a hungry group.
I'm
today.
always down for Lunchables.
Yeah, I would have been down
What?
for Lunchables.
Hello?
Well, it's like
He just
I
now
didn't
brings this
realize
up.
until now that we had a Lunchable.
Now I bring that down to
it's
4
like
out of 5.
the big trays, you like the pre-done ones, you know.
Yeah, those are fine.
Okay, so 4 out of 5 on the snacks, just casual stuff. I think that's what a lot of people probably did this year because there was no big parties. There wasn't big groups of people getting together, so it wasn't like, well, for the most part, there's some
Yeah,
outliers always, but
just the boys.
for the most part, there was no big groups. So there's no like the people that set up like the stadiums out of crackers and stuff.
Right.
That probably wasn't happening this year.
That would
True.
take forever.
It would be so fun.
That's
no?
so much work.
And then you just dive into it and destroy the whole thing.
Yeah,
You take
fuck
out section
that.
102 right away. Okay, the next thing, commercials. The commercials this year. Corey, go ahead.
I'm not. I didn't really watch the commercials. I was just kind of on TikTok the whole time. What?
I was on Twitter looking at the memes about the commercials.
There are
that
a lot of
I did.
movies. A lot of movies.
No, that actually goes to my whole point that they were very unmemorable this year.
And
The commercials were not anything special, I don't think.
Look, if you're gonna tell me before the Super Bowl that there's no Clydesdales and puppies from
I was gonna
Budweiser,
say,
I'm fucking out.
If there's not a dog and horse Budweiser commercial, I'm out. That's
So
a
I'm
1
not
out
gonna
of
watch any
5.
of them.
Exactly.
That's
and
a
I
1.
think that it set me up for like before it even started, I was like, this is going to be a depressing year. Not depressing year, but it's going to be a down year for commercials. They're not going to be what I'm hoping for.
Mhm.
And then that lived to be true. There was maybe a couple commercials that I chuckled at. There was a couple that made you think. The Jeep one was like kind of deep, where it was like bring everyone together again, reunite America. The Doritos one was kind of funny with Matthew McConaughey when he was
that's-
3D.
That was my favorite one just because of who was in it.
Matthew McConaughey's a hit. That's
Yeah.
a smart thing. State Farm spent $1 billion on theirs because they had Drake, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, and Chris Paul. Did Chris Paul make that one?
Mahomes.
Mahomes was in it. I said Mahomes.
Oh,
There was a fourth person too,
I
but
don't know.
they had to have spent $1 billion. Reddit did a 5-second commercial. Did either of you see it?
Nope.
no.
They did a 5-second commercial that flashed up and said, "This is all we could afford," which probably that can't be true because Reddit's like the most popular.
But
website
that's
in the
kind of
world.
funny though.
They should have just done a commercial on like, want to make free money? Join Wall Street Bets.
So it said in there that something about Reddit being like the place to change the world. Like for 1 minute
true.
you could be buying stock, and the next minute you could be learning how to tap dance
And
or
then
whatever
it
it
gets
said.
canceled.
Yep.
And so
then they shut it down.
overall, the commercials really really lame.
Like a
Yeah.
2.5.
Like I said, I like the McConaughey one. I like the State Farm one. That was just because they had big names in it.
Yeah, so that's kind of what it took this year. The T-Mobile one didn't actually air, did it? The T-Mobile one
That would have been
air.
the best one by far.
Yeah, it was a little long though, I think, because that's the one that was all over social media this week,
it was
where-
a minute, so they would need to pay 2 30-second slots.
which was a lot of money.
That would have been like 10 mil.
And it was Tom Brady and Gronk FaceTiming, and it said like what Gronk said, and he was like talking about how he should retire and come down to Florida and live in like peace and just be happy. And then it's like, well, this is what Tom Brady heard, and it was like his cell phone was breaking up, so he heard, "Come to Florida, don't retire,
Go win another
I'll
one.
join you." And Gronk's like, "I'm retiring from retiring. This isn't good." But that was the best commercial that didn't even air.
Which is kind of sad when I feel like a lot of people watch only for the commercials.
A lot do, and
So
this
they'd
year,
be massively
this year's
disappointed
social media
today.
beat the commercials. There was no reason to
You might as well just
look
read
up.
the memes.
There's no reason
Except
to look
for
up from your phone at all.
Captain America too.
That's
That
gonna
was
be
a good
cool
one.
movie.
That was a good one.
The
There's a
new-
TV show. So
What?
we didn't even know. It's a TV show, not a movie.
Really?
Really?
Okay, that's embarrassing for us.
Nope. I was on TikTok the whole time.
Okay, and then that brings us to the third thing, which is the game itself. The game
Good
this
game.
year, Corey's shirt, more probable than not, with Super Bowl rings on it. That's because that's what Tom Brady does.
Yep.
He wins Super Bowls. Tyler's upset that that's how this started.
Yeah, I mean, that's just an irrelevant shirt these days.
Why?
What are you talking about?
He literally won this despite the people in those colors.
He did. There's no denying that. He really did. So Tom Brady and his Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you know that they just won. It's not like a spoiler or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, and it didn't ever feel close, did it?
No,
No.
not at all.
It didn't feel like the Chiefs were ever in it. A lot of blame is being taken away from Patrick Mahomes. A lot of people are saying he doesn't deserve any of the blame, which I guess there's some credit to that because we talked about the fact that, I mean, the Buccaneers defensive line and defense as a whole just played it unreal.
The Bucs just dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. They said after the game that Tampa only blitzed 5 times, and it felt like they were in the backfield every single
Only
play.
5 times?
Only 5 times all game they blitzed.
That's crazy.
So their front four dominated.
Some of the highlights,
Chiefs.
some of the highlights from the game at the end of the first half, Honey Badger got in Tom Brady's face a little bit.
Mm.
Tom Brady didn't take too kindly to it. He said, "I'm coming for you." Right? Is that how that went down?
Yeah, so this was before like halftime, but Tyrann Mathieu was obviously chirping Tom Brady.
A bad move.
And
Just a
Tom
dumb,
Brady-
dumb thing to do.
Tom Brady said literally, "I'm gunning for you." Like you can read in his lips, "I'm coming for you." And then into the first half, threw a touchdown right at Tyrann Mathieu.
Yep.
And he absolutely let him have it.
Yep.
He did. He chased
He told
down.
you because I
He
told
ran-
you I was
Tyrann
coming.
was trying to come off the field, and Tom Brady chased him down and said, "No, no, no," and
Well,
they got in his face.
Tyrann ran to him first.
But then Tom Brady,
But then Tom
Yeah.
Brady chased him.
He went back.
He was like, "Bro, I
He said-
fucking told you I was coming for you." And I said,
right?
You're trash. That's what he
So-
said.
That was my favorite moment of the
That's
whole
when he knew it was over.
That is goat shit.
Seeing
right there.
Tom Brady
Yep.
do Tom Brady things
That's
like that.
king shit.
That is king shit right there. That is the best part of a Tom Brady game, I think, is when he gets that involved in the game and that hyped
Well, when was the last time you've seen that though?
often from Brady.
I don't know.
Brady's
the last
not
time I
Brady's
saw it
not
that
afraid.
demonstrative.
Well, that to that level, you're right. But Brady's not afraid to talk that shit.
That was a little bit of old man getting fucking pissed off.
He was like, "Get off my fucking lawn, dude."
Yeah, he was.
And so that was a great moment. And then he got the ball back with a minute left. And Wait, when was the Gronk down the middle play that Tyrann just threw his arms up? Like, I don't know
I
what
think
to
that
do.
was third quarter.
Start of second half, yeah.
That was the start of the
Third
second
quarter,
half? Okay. So that's how it starts off. You have the Honey Badger, you have Tyrann Matthew just like, I don't know what to do here. And it just kept going and going, and it was like the best rivalry for the rest of the game.
Yeah. Well, and we talked about it, but the Chiefs, like, they got into halftime, and it wasn't completely like out of reach, especially like with their offense and the players that they have.
Right.
And they came out, they kind of like, they settled down, they got a field goal, probably feeling, okay, we're back in it. And then Tom Brady just shoved it right down their throats the very next drive.
They came out, they were feeling good.
They scored a touchdown.
And it was like, no, not so fast. It was a 30-yard throw to Gronk, and then followed by a huge run by Fournette.
Playoff Lenny.
Then it was like playoff Lenny.
And it was over at that. When they scored that touchdown after Kansas City
playoff
only got a
Lenny
field
ran
goal,
up to
it
the
was
camera
over.
and held up an L. And I'm really hoping it was like a loss, like the Kansas City Chiefs are losers. Do you think that's what it was? Or do you think it's for playoff Lenny?
I kind of think, I mean, he's an LSU guy. They're all wearing their LSU pads.
It's Lenny.
I think it's probably an LSU thing.
I don't think it would be. I don't think you'd bring LSU, your college, into the Super Bowl.
They talked about it all week how all the LSU guys are wearing the purple and gold pads.
Okay, fair enough.
Tyrann Matthew was wearing them too.
What other moments stood out during the game besides who's the safety?
The rookie Antoine Winfield
Anton
Jr.
Winfield. Anton Winfield. What did he do?
He
said peace out.
4th and 10, I think it was. Mahomes running around with his head cut off like he had to do all game.
The whole game.
He looked
That's
like
kind of on him too.
he looked like Russell Wilson out there.
He did. He was at the game, man of the year.
Because
Shout
the offensive line was awful. He threw it up to Tyreek. It was a great play by Winfield. And he just got right in his face and threw him up the little peace sign, which everyone knows Tyreek Hill does to everyone when he scores.
It was so perfect because he made sure that he got down as low as possible because Tyreek was
still on the ground.
Yeah, he's still laying on the ground. He got as low as humanly possible and just gave him the
And
peace.
he literally did it so close to his face.
He did.
It was less than 2 feet away.
It was the most worth it taunting penalty that I've ever seen in the NFL, I think.
Well, especially because it was like a dead ball play.
Didn't affect the game whatsoever.
Didn't affect the when they just got the turnover.
Nope, not one bit. So that was, is there anything else from the game that was like?
Also, that's a rookie who did that to Tyreek Hill.
That's cocky. That's cocky.
Which
I
is
love
kind
that.
of funny.
What else happened in the game that was like a memorable thing? Because obviously the Bucks won.
I mean, Tom DeGronk, the first 2 touchdowns.
Tom
that was
DeGronk's just a
good.
connection that was going to happen, right? It was. Oh, I forgot. We had the Juju commercial too. That one was kind of fun.
What?
Where Juju in
The
video
fish?
game.
That was all right.
I mean, it was something
all right.
memorable. I mean, I didn't remember
You
it
just
earlier, but
it was showing on the TV.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, Tom DeGronk. It was going to happen because Tom wants to show Belichick up as much as humanly possible, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting like Gronk to like make an impact because he's such a good blocker.
He's going to make an impact in any Super Bowl
He's going to make an impact whether it's blocking or making a big play, but he scored 2 like really nice touchdowns.
Yeah.
He did. That's as many as I think he had all year, probably.
Probably. He wasn't. He came in when he needed to come in.
Yep.
And then the last thing we're going to talk about. So how would you rate the game from a standpoint of enjoyability? I'm a big Tom Brady guy. I still didn't think it was that entertaining as a whole.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty entertaining.
That's
Just because
Yeah.
watching the defense just keep going at Mahomes was just it was fun.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. I like that part.
I thought it was pretty entertaining in the fact that, man, the Bucks just dominated on defense.
Yeah.
And I kind of like watching that kind of football as long as your offense scores 31 points.
Right. As long as your team's the one that's winning.
I think it's fine. It kind of reminded me of the Seahawks when they went back-to-back Super Bowls, the way the Bucks defense played. So that was a little fun, but that's
so out of 5 stars, what would you 2 rate it?
I like Tom balling out, so I think it was 5.
I did too.
I
thought it was
defense.
good. It was a fun game to watch.
Yeah, the defense was fun to watch for sure.
Okay, and the last thing, the thing that's always the most controversial, at least when it comes to, wait, really quick, we got to get this out there. The refs did not cost the Chiefs this game because that's going to be the narrative from Chiefs fans for sure. The refs did not cost the Chiefs the game at all. And Sean said it best. He really did. When he said, yeah, the NFL, who's always hated Tom Brady. I don't know why people think he's like their golden child. The NFL has always hated Tom Brady, suspended him wrongfully when they said it's more probable than not. They're not going to all of a sudden switch and be like, yeah, we want him to win over our new superstar that we actually do like, that we can just talk about ketchup all the time and everyone's happy.
And the thing is, too, The Chiefs aren't going anywhere, right?
No, the Chiefs are back, and you wouldn't hurt that team that's going to be there every year from now on.
And even like, what call are they even mad at? I mean, the third.
They're like the holdings.
There
and
was
stuff
the
like
ticky tack holding, but there was really only one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things on Twitter about the PI where
Yeah,
he tripped.
I mean,
there's
that
a
was-
lot about that, but I think that was
He like dove into his leg.
well.
And also, none of these were the cause of the game's result.
No,
They were
I mean,
saying-
that PI was pretty big though. I think they
Yeah.
got points out of it.
Yeah, they did. They definitely did. Okay, back to the halftime show. Always the most controversial thing on social media. It was the weekend. He performed mostly on a stage behind the screen. We got a great memeable moment from it. We'll talk about here in a second. He came down onto the field and did some like dancing with no stages, no giant left sharks, no right sharks, no anything like that everyone else gets for the Super Bowl because of what we're doing this year. And I thought it was great. I thought it was very entertaining. I wasn't bored at all. I didn't look down at my phone during it or anything. I thought it was a good halftime show. What did you guys
I
think?
did too.
I was on my phone for a lot of it. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I thought for what they had to work with, it was good.
Yeah, like the rules they had in place and everything.
But everyone, I did see on Twitter, everyone's like, the weekend put in $7 million of his own money. Like,
For what?
On what? It
Well,
wasn't
I mean-
like that extravagant.
I don't know.
Well, you think about
Like what did his $7 million have to go to?
I would imagine the dancers, but I don't think that's his own money either.
No, there's
That's
no
what
way
was
he
going
pays
around
the
on Twitter.
dancers.
But
It said that.
Tyler, believe it or not, what happens on Twitter isn't always
Well, I
most
know,
real.
but the fact that it was a lot of people talking about it, it was just like, where did this come
that's
from?
what happens like a lot of the time.
And
though.
what the fuck did he spend his money on?
It had to be the dancers if that was the case, and the lights and the crowd and stuff like that. But Pepsi would pick up the tab for all of that. There's no way that he spent
Right.
$1 on anything.
I know, but I'm just saying that on Twitter, that's what was going on.
Yeah, we just don't need to perpetuate rumors like that.
Yeah,
aren't
that's true.
We don't know if that's not true.
We do.
I
That
mean,
just wouldn't be how it works.
the songs are okay.
The songs.
I'm not a big fan of the Weeknd songs. I just look at how many memes were made from it, and there was a
and
lot.
we got the great meme where
Yeah.
he went into whatever contraption he was in.
The room.
A
Yeah.
house of mirrors.
That looks like the fair when you're a kid. The
Yeah.
mirror
Oh,
room.
It's the
true.
house
That's
of
the
mirrors.
worst room ever.
When you walk in and you just bump into everything,
Yep.
and you think you have it, and you start to walk pretty fast, and then you bump into it, and you're
Yep.
like, "Oh shit, that's embarrassing."
And then all the the memes that said Patrick Mahomes was looking for someone to block. That happened in the second half.
There's a lot of great memes
Yeah.
that are going to come from that, and it's not to the level of J-Lo and Shakira, the tongue out meme from last year, but it's going to be a meme that sticks around. I think we
Yeah,
got a good
for
meme
sure.
from it, but mostly the tone of the internet was that it was a bad halftime show. The polls I saw a couple polls and it was like 60-40 bad, which if anything on the internet's not 50-50, that means that people had a strong opinion about it.
Yeah. Well, that's true because most everything on the internet
Everything else is 50-50 every
Yeah.
time.
I think he did really good with what he had, like the restrictions.
Yeah,
he
with
had.
no big floats and things
But,
like that.
I mean, like, of course, I'm not a big Weekend guy either, but I'm glad he started out with the one song I actually do like.
yeah, that got you kind of into it,
Yeah.
and then you fell back out when we got to the last song.
Yeah.
You're like, "Oh, I hate this song, the
Yeah,
flashing
the
lights or
song
whatever."
Sucks.
And so,
But I feel like it's more of so maybe just most people don't like the Weekend,
Maybe.
but he's also like monstrous. So I don't.
I think
really
he's
know.
like the biggest artist there is right now, right?
Yeah. So like I don't know.
So I think that people do like him.
I don't know what their
Maybe just
their
the
gripe
performance.
With the
It's
performance
just, it's just something about the performance. I don't know. I think like you said, given what you could do this year, he did a really good job with it.
I think so too.
Especially setting up like by the pirate ship and stuff like that. It made it so we got some cool elements to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
halftime
because
show.
I mean, there's never been a Super Bowl probably that you didn't get your stage on the field.
Right. Like that's just a normal thing. And I wonder if that's going to continue from now on though, because it kind of worked out and it saved a lot of trouble for the NFL, I assume.
Yeah.
Probably gives him more time to perform.
Okay, so I'm pro halftime show, you too?
I'm probably neutral. I didn't love it. I didn't dislike it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. If I had to pick, I would pick. Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah,
Like if you were voting on the poll, you'd
Yeah,
hit
I
yes
would
or
say-
no?
I would have said yeah.
I said it was good.
Okay.
A lot of memes.
Well, I think that's
The
it.
meme was good. That's a
There's
funny
a
ass
lot.
meme.
Anytime you get a good meme out of something, it
And
makes it worth it, right?
The part where he looked like he was vlogging. That's the good part.
And I pushed the camera away. That was straight out of TikTok.
Yeah.
that was
That
a
was
big Taylor Swift
Straight
move,
out
right?
of TikTok.
Yep.
Okay, I think that's it for Bros Knows 64. That was Super Bowl night. I lied to everybody again. There's no headphone review today. It's coming. It's going to be here on Wednesday now.
What the new AirPods?
Yeah, I keep saying I'm going to review it,
Oof.
and then I just keep talking about something else instead. So AirPod Max reviews are coming. Corey, hit us with a honey badger peace sign up at the camera. All right, everyone. Bye.